Let's now go to freelance journalist Stefan Weichert now on all of this, who's based in Ukraine. Stefan, do you ever go near the borders? You know, we talk about all these 100,000 Russian troops amassing on the border and whatever. Do you get a chance to glimpse them?
No, not so far. I mean, they are still a bit away, but I think what we have to understand is that they might not be in sight, but they're not far away. And if they do come, then, the war would have, the new Russian invasion would have started.
Give us a sense of what the mood is then where you are. Obviously, there is a lot of concern from Ukraine about a possible invasion, but how much help and support are you feeling with the likes of Boris Johnson making a visit to the region, injecting £88 million yesterday?
There's no doubt that the UK is getting a lot of attention in Ukraine at the moment, both from the political side and from civilians. The support that the UK is giving, both, I mean, the military support and the economic support, is crucial for Ukraine. And Ukraine knows that UK is a cornerstone in its defense, in making this coalition among NATO countries to try to deter Russia from doing anything. It's absolutely crucial for Ukraine, and the Ukrainians know it.
Russia keeps on saying, we have no plans to invade. We have no plans. We've just moved 100,000 troops right up against your border, but we've no plans to invade. How credible is that? And if they have no plans to invade, why are there 100,000 troops on the border?
That is exactly the question. We have seen Russia talk about these security guarantees that they want. And, we have seen there is some kind of dialogue still going on. But at the same time, we are seeing that they continue to come soldiers and equipment near the Ukrainian border. So they're sending like two signals. One, we are still ready to negotiate, but we want these really, like massive demands, which it seems very unlikely that the West can give them. And on the other side, they're still, talking about what we will make our own guarantees if we don't get what we want. We're seeing more soldiers coming to Ukraine. So it's like a mixed signal. And also yesterday, we also saw Putin, warning, at least saying that he feels like the US is pushing him into war in Ukraine. So I don't know. I'm not so optimistic necessarily. And the people that I'm speaking to in Kiev, for example, when I'm there, are not so optimistic. But it is a different picture where I am right now in eastern Ukraine, because people are accustomed to war, and therefore they are not so easy to scare, I would say. Many of them are simply saying that this is just rumors, nothing will happen.
There is a saying, jaw rather than war, which means let's talk this out. I mean, you talk about their demands and how unreasonable, and that Ukraine or NATO wouldn't be in a position to grant those. But there must be something. There must be something that you say there in Ukraine, well, look, we could give them that and, everybody will be happy. Is there anything you think there's movement on?
I think it's very, very difficult. I've been in Ukraine since 2019 and covered this. That means in 2019, there was an optimism that this war, which has been since 2014, could end. But we have seen that the Ukrainian population is not ready to give in to some of the Russian demands. When the president here, Volodymyr Zelensky, back in 2019, tried to implement some of those things in this so-called Minsk agreement, peace agreement that has been reached years ago, we saw the part of the population was not ready to accept that, and they went on the street, and the president backed down. The problem is that there might be something the US would like to give Russia, for example, to avoid this new invasion, but it will be a hard sell for the Ukrainian population.